What should I be playing with my left hand? My left hand part is boring. How do I build a left hand accompaniment? These are all great questions, and in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to build the perfect left hand accompaniment. So let's dive in. So for the purpose of this video, we're gonna be using the ever popular 1, 5, 6, 4 chord progression, but this can apply to any chord progression, any style. So we'll be building a C major triad, so C, E, and G in our right hands, and then a G major chord, which is G, B, and D, and then I'll go up a step to A minor, A, C, E, and then I'll go down to F, F, A, and C. So the first left-hand accompaniment to look at is really, really simple. It's just playing the root note of the chord. And it's good to get the basics in because we're gonna build on these. So what it means when I say a root note is if I'm playing a C major chord, the bottom of this shape, when I'm in this root position it's called, it's just these notes stacked in thirds, the bottom is the root note. So this is C, the name of the chord, and I'm just gonna match that in my left hand, just like that. And then if I go to G, I'm again matching G in my left hand. I step up, I go to A, again I'm matching, and then down to F. And it sounds really basic, but in a moment we're gonna add some rhythm to this and you'll be like, oh, well, that sounds very exciting. But before we do that, let's build a little bit more on this root note concept. So you can play just the single root note, or you can take your 5 finger, place that on the root, and then add a 5th above. So it's basically the outer shell. I've got C, E, and G, and I'm playing C and G here. And it just adds like a little more oomph, right? It fills the sound up quite a bit. I use this one a lot. So we've got root, we've got 5th, and the other root note based option I wanted to show you now is the octave. So look at this. Whoa. So I'm just playing C and C, G and G, and this adds like intensity if you're wanting to be a little bit dramatic. Piano players are never dramatic. I don't know what I'm thinking. So we've got those octaves as an option as well. And all of those are based off of just this simple root note. Now, if you want to take that a step further, you can use a 5th and break it up between the beats. So I'm going to play C on the 1, and I'm going to play G on the 3 like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can do that on any of my chords. And I can also do this on octaves. Watch this. I'll play F, 1, 2, 3, 4. You could play the low note on the octave. All right, you can sort of mix and match anything you like. I did nothing there. 1, 2, I went to the 5th, and then 1, 2, and then I played the octave. So I'm kind of interchanging all of these little ideas to create something unique. And the more you practice this, it'll become really natural and you won't even be thinking about it. You'll just be filling the space automatically. Okay, so we've played on the 1 and the 3, but we can have even more fun than that. We're gonna now play on the offbeats. So we're gonna do a little bit of subdividing math, and instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, we're gonna count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're gonna play on the 1 as well as the and of the 2, which is the and that comes right after 2. It's gonna sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. I skipped that 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So it's like this. Your hands are like going back and forth, and it adds so much like interest. It's just a little thing that can make a big difference to the ear, and it's a lot of fun, but I will tell you, it took me forever to get the hang of that one because it feels like you're kind of rushing into the next beat. Practice, be patient. I'm gonna show you really slow one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you have the main beats, and then you've got the little in-between spots, and you can add notes to any of those. And it's great to just kind of experiment and play around with what sounds and feels best for you. And again, you can break up from root notes to broken 5ths to broken octaves. And if I were just being really natural about it, I could, right? 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So I'm playing in different spots, and it just adds a little bit of energy. Okay, So there's one other thing, and this just like makes you sound so professional. And now that you know how to count on the and, I'm gonna show you this little walk down that you can do. So in this progression, we have this moment where we're moving from A minor to F, and there's just one key in between. So we can play this key and it just adds the sense of movement that's really, really cool. So if we're on A minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Right? Let's do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 2 and 3 and 4, and it just adds like the little extra something. And if you're watching this and you're like, oh my gosh, Lisa, I can see what you're doing here, but my hands won't copy it on my piano. We've actually got a step-by-step 10-day challenge where each day we'll practice together for 10 minutes doing one of these concepts at a time. We use a backing track. It's super fun, and you can actually get started on that for free. I will link that up for you below. It's a great way to get these concepts under your fingers. All right, I've got one more thing to teach you. This is an amazing pattern. It's so versatile, and this is gonna really allow you to build some beauty and some energy into your playing. So what I want you to try now is, remember how we were playing with the fifth? I want you to put your 2 finger on the fifth. We're gonna go root, fifth, and root. And so I'm gonna move my right hand up an octave just so you can see it better. And all you gotta do is play that root, fifth, root. And right now it sounds kind of like, okay, that's fine. But once you start to use like different patterns in your right hand. Oh, it sounds like kind of I don't know, this makes me think of like wedding music. Well, there's that walk down and an octave I just sort of added in. So I'm getting ahead of myself. Root, fifth, root. And you can play that in any rhythm. And you can go root, fifth, root. Or you could go root, fifth, root, fifth. That's a tongue twister. You can play it fast, back and forth. Like this. Isn't that pretty? I'll just stay there for a second, and then, I mean, you could improvise with this. Any note of the C scale. Okay, that's not the point of this video. We're focusing on the left hand. But do you see what you can do with this root, fifth, root pattern? It's so pretty. So there you have it. You've got some left hand accompaniments to go explore and have fun with. If you want to take this a step further, definitely check out our left hand accompaniment challenge in the challenges area. Tons of fun. We'll walk through these step by step together. Of course, comment below if you have any questions, and I'll see you around.